Charles Dickens's A Tale of Two Cities summary, character analysis, themes, and literary devices. Summary. A Tale of Two Cities is a historical novel by Charles Dickens, set in London and Paris before and during the French Revolution. The story begins in London, where Dr. Manette, a French doctor imprisoned for 18 years in the Bastille, is released. He is reunited with his long-lost daughter, Lucie Manette. Meanwhile, Charles Darnay, a French aristocrat who has renounced his family's title and privileges, faces a trial for treason in England. With the help of his friend Sidney Carton, a brilliant but troubled lawyer, Darnay is acquitted. The narrative then shifts to Paris, where the French Revolution is gaining momentum. The oppressed people rise up against the aristocracy, leading to a reign of terror. Darnay, having returned to France to help his former servant, is imprisoned by the revolutionaries. Lucie and Dr. Manette travel to Paris to save Darnay. With the help of Dr. Manette's influence and the selfless sacrifice of Sidney Carton, Darnay is eventually freed. In a climactic twist, Sidney Carton takes Darnay's place in prison and is executed in his stead. The novel explores themes of love, sacrifice, redemption, and the destructive power of revolution. It contrasts the peaceful streets of London with the chaotic and violent streets of revolutionary Paris. Through its vivid characters and gripping plot, A Tale of Two Cities remains a timeless classic. Character analysis. A Tale of Two Cities, Charles Darnay. The nobleman. Darnay is a French aristocrat who renounces his title and privileges to live a peaceful life in England. Symbol of redemption, he represents the possibility of redemption and renewal as he seeks to distance himself from his family's past. A victim of circumstance. Despite his noble intentions, he is caught up in the chaos of the French Revolution and faces the threat of execution. Sidney Carton. The self-destructive romantic. Carton is a complex character, plagued by self-doubt and alcoholism. The sacrificial hero. He sacrifices his life for the love of Lucie Manette and to redeem his own wasted life. A tragic figure. His tragic end highlights the destructive power of self-destructive behavior. Lucie Manette. The innocent victim. Lucie is a gentle and compassionate woman who suffers greatly due to the political turmoil of the time. A symbol of hope. She embodies hope and love, inspiring those around her. A catalyst for change. Her love and devotion play a crucial role in redeeming both Darnay and Carton. Dr. Manette. The haunted man. Dr. Manette is a tragic figure, scarred by his years of imprisonment in the Bastille. Symbol of the past. His past haunts him, and he is often lost in his shoemaking, a relic of his imprisonment. A force for good. Despite his trauma, he emerges as a strong and compassionate figure. Madame Defarge, the unrelenting revolutionary. Madame Defarge is a ruthless and unrelenting force of the revolution. Symbol of vengeance, she is driven by a thirst for revenge against the aristocracy. A tragic figure, her relentless pursuit of vengeance ultimately leads to her own demise. Jarvis Lorry. The reliable friend. Lorry is a loyal and dependable friend to the Manettes. A symbol of stability. He provides a sense of stability and order in a chaotic world. These characters, with their complex motivations and tragic fates, contribute to the enduring appeal of A Tale of Two Cities. Through their struggles and sacrifices, the novel explores timeless themes of love, loss, and the destructive power of revolution. Thematic analysis. A Tale of Two Cities 1. The dual nature of humanity. A Tale of Two Cities delves into the complex nature of human beings, showcasing their capacity for both good and evil. Sidney Carton, initially portrayed as a self-destructive alcoholic, ultimately reveals a noble and selfless side. As he famously says, "It is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest that I go to than I have ever known." 1. This quote highlights the duality of human nature and the potential for redemption. The power of sacrifice. Selfless acts. Characters like Sidney Carton sacrifice their lives for the greater good, demonstrating the transformative power of love and redemption. Oh, it is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest that I go to than I have ever known. 3. The tyranny of the past. Haunted by the past. Characters like Dr. Manette are haunted by their past experiences, leading to psychological and emotional turmoil. Oh, recalled to life and restored to society, he was a man who had been a dreadful sufferer. The role of fate and free will. The interplay of destiny and choice. The novel explores the tension between fate and free will, questioning whether characters have control over their destinies. Oh, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. The corrupting influence of power. The abuse of authority. The novel critiques the abuse of power by the aristocracy and the revolutionaries, highlighting the dangers of unchecked authority. Oh, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. 6. The importance of hope. Enduring hope. Despite the bleak and often violent setting, characters like Lucie Manette embody hope and resilience. Oh, it is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest that I go to than I have ever known. 7. The nature of justice. The pursuit of justice. The novel explores the complexities of justice and the pursuit of revenge, often leading to unintended consequences. Oh, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. 8. The power of love and compassion. Transformative power of love. Love and compassion are portrayed as powerful forces capable of overcoming adversity and inspiring change. Oh, it is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest that I go to than I have ever known. 9. The role of memory. The weight of the past. Memory plays a significant role in shaping characters' identities and actions. The past can haunt and haunt them. Oh, recalled to life and restored to society, he was a man who had been a dreadful sufferer. The perils of extremism. The dangers of revolution. The novel warns of the dangers of extremism and the destructive power of revolution. Oh, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. 11. The fragility of human life. The inevitability of death. The novel underscores the fragility of human life and the inevitability of death. Oh, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. The power of the human spirit. Resilience and endurance. The characters display remarkable resilience and strength of spirit, even in the face of adversity. Oh, it is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest that I go to than I have ever known. 9. The role of memory. The weight of the past. Memory plays a significant role in shaping characters' identities and actions. The past can haunt and haunt them. Oh, recalled to life and restored to society, he was a man who had been a dreadful sufferer. The perils of extremism. The dangers of revolution. The novel warns of the dangers of extremism and the destructive power of revolution. Oh, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. 11. The fragility of human life. The inevitability of death. The novel underscores the fragility of human life and the inevitability of death. Oh, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. The power of the human spirit. Resilience and endurance. The characters display remarkable resilience and strength of spirit, even in the face of adversity. Oh, it is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest that I go to than I have ever known. 13. The role of chance and fate. The unpredictability of life. The novel explores the interplay of chance and fate, highlighting the unpredictable nature of life. Oh, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. 14. The importance of human connection. The power of friendship and love. The novel emphasizes the importance of human connection and the transformative power of love and friendship. Oh, it is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest that I go to than I have ever known. 15. The nature of time and history. The cyclical nature of history. The novel suggests that history repeats itself, and the mistakes of the past can be repeated in the future. Oh, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Juxtaposition. A Tale of Two Cities masterfully employs juxtaposition to contrast the stark differences between London and Paris. Dickens contrasts the peaceful and prosperous London with the chaotic and violent Paris, highlighting the stark realities of the two cities. This juxtaposition underscores the theme of duality and the impact of historical events on society. 2. Foreshadowing. Dickens skillfully uses foreshadowing to build suspense and anticipation. The opening line, "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times," foreshadows the turbulent events that will unfold throughout the novel. The reader is aware of the impending doom, which heightens the tension and tragedy of the narrative. 3. Symbolism. The novel is rich in symbolism, with objects and characters representing deeper meanings. The wine shop. This symbolizes the revolutionary spirit and the thirst for blood that drives the French Revolution. Dr. Manette's hands. The doctor's hands, scarred from years of labor in the Bastille, symbolize the physical and psychological trauma caused by oppression. 4. Irony. Irony is used to create unexpected twists and to highlight the absurdity of certain situations. For example, Sidney Carton's selfless sacrifice is ironic, considering his previous self-destructive behavior. This irony underscores the transformative power of love and redemption. 5. Allusion. Dickens alludes to historical events like the French Revolution, adding depth and authenticity to the narrative. By referencing real historical figures and events, he creates a sense of historical accuracy and immerses the reader in the world of the novel. 6th. Metaphor. Dickens uses metaphors to convey complex ideas and emotions. The contrast between light and darkness is a recurring metaphor in the novel, representing hope and despair, good and evil. 7th. Personification. The city of Paris is personified as a living, breathing entity, capable of both beauty and brutality. This personification adds a sense of drama and intensity to the narrative. 8. Imagery. Dickens employs vivid imagery to create a strong sense of atmosphere and setting. The descriptions of the French Revolution, with its chaotic streets and violent mobs, are particularly striking. 9. Paradox. The opening line of the novel, "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times," is a paradoxical statement that captures the duality of the era. This paradoxical statement sets the stage for the complex and contradictory themes explored throughout the novel. 10. Hyperbole. Dickens uses hyperbole to emphasize the intensity of emotions and the magnitude of events. For example, the description of the Reign of Terror is filled with hyperbolic language, highlighting the brutality and chaos of the Revolution. 11th. Understatement. The novel sometimes understates the significance of events, creating a sense of irony and understatement. This technique can be particularly effective in highlighting the tragic nature of certain situations. 12th. Oxymoron. Dickens uses oxymorons to create vivid and impactful descriptions. For example, the phrase "cruel kindness" is an oxymoron that captures the contradictory nature of human behavior. 13. Alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of consonant sounds at the beginning of words. Dickens uses alliteration to create a rhythmic and poetic effect, enhancing the musicality of the language. 14. Assonance. Assonance is the repetition of vowel sounds within words. This technique is used to create a sense of harmony and flow in the narrative. 15. Onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is the use of words that imitate sounds. Dickens uses onomatopoeia to create a vivid and immersive reading experience. For example, the sound of the guillotine's blade falling can be evoked through onomatopoeic words. Conclusion: A Tale of Two Cities is a timeless masterpiece that continues to captivate readers with its powerful themes and compelling characters. Through vivid imagery, symbolic language, and a gripping plot, Dickens explores the complexities of human nature, the destructive power of revolution, and the redemptive power of love and sacrifice. The novel's enduring appeal lies in its ability to evoke strong emotions and provoke thought. By delving into the depths of the human condition, Dickens offers a profound meditation on the nature of good and evil, hope and despair, life and death. As the novel concludes with Sidney Carton's selfless sacrifice, it leaves a lasting impression on the reader, reminding us of the power of love, redemption, and the human spirit.